It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. This iconic reflection by Niccolò Machiavelli encapsulates the essence of his philosophy, an invitation to reflect on the dynamics of power and the challenges of human relationships that, if poorly managed, can profoundly affect every aspect of life. Even today, his words resonate with extraordinary force, challenging anyone who finds themselves leading people, making crucial decisions, or simply navigating the complexities of everyday life. In the fast-paced context of the modern world, we often come to recognize too late how essential it is to adopt targeted and conscious strategies to face challenges. Every mistake, every misstep can become a missed turning point, a lesson learned at great cost. But what does it really mean to exercise power effectively? Is it just a matter of control, or is it also about understanding, intuition, and adaptation? And above all, what lessons could have rewritten the personal history of many if they had been caught in time? This video explores Machiavelli's deepest reflections, contextualizing them in the present to understand how his vision can help interpret the contemporary world. With a practical and direct approach, the fundamental principles that govern human behavior and the dynamics of success will be revealed. To understand how these insights can really make a difference, stay until the end. Niccolò Machiavelli was born in Florence in 1469. He was a politician, diplomat, and writer in a period of great instability for Italy, divided into small states often in conflict with each other. His career as Secretary of the Florentine Republic put him in close contact with power and its dynamics, but the fall of the Republic and the return of the Medici led him to exile and distance from active politics. This exile, experienced as a personal humiliation, nevertheless proved to be a period of extraordinary intellectual productivity. Far from the halls of power, Machiavelli found the time and freedom to reflect deeply on human nature and to write works destined to influence thought for centuries. In fact, it was during this period of isolation that he wrote his most famous works, including The Prince, where he theorized a pragmatic vision of power far from idealism based on the direct observation of human actions. But he did not limit himself to describing the political reality of his time, but proposed strategies and reflections that still influence modern thought on leadership and power relations. If you like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and maybe leave a like. Thank you so much for your fundamental support. According to Machiavelli, power is not an abstract concept, but a skill that requires strategy and an understanding of human nature. One of his most famous maxims states that men must be treated generously or destroyed because they take revenge for small wrongs, but not for great ones. This reflection introduces the first fundamental principle, namely, power must be exercised decisively. In personal or professional relationships, hesitant or ambiguous actions can generate enemies, while clear and well-considered decisions are often respected, even if feared. Another pillar of Machiavellian philosophy is the importance of speed in action. The wise act quickly, the foolish procrastinate. Procrastination, both at work and in private life, can cost you precious opportunities. Acting promptly, on the other hand, allows you to address situations before they become uncontrollable, demonstrating leadership skills and determination. For him, perception is one of the most powerful weapons in the game of power, and he states, "The crowd is fascinated by appearances, while few dwell on the substance. This principle, which seems to belong to the past, is in reality extremely current, since it highlights how appearances can profoundly influence people's judgments. In the modern world, dominated by social media and visual content, personal image care has become an essential strategy for anyone who wants to influence or assert themselves. However, Machiavelli warns that deceptive appearances, if unmasked, risk irreparably undermining the reputation of those who use them. For this reason, the external image cannot be a simple facade, but must find roots in an authentic substance, capable of supporting what is shown to the public. A significant example, even today, is represented by political leaders. To maintain consensus and authority, they must be able to balance empathic closeness to their audience with a solid and authoritative presence, avoiding any contradiction between what they show and what they really are. In this balance lies the secret of their lasting success. This concept is reflected in Machiavelli's famous advice. A leader must be a fox to avoid the traps and a lion to scare away the wolves. This suggests the importance of being strategic and cunning, but also knowing when to show strength to protect one's position. Another crucial aspect of his philosophy is the ability to adapt. Those who want continuous success must change their behavior with the times. In today's world of constant change, this lesson is more relevant than ever. It's not just about changing strategies, but about anticipating trends and being ready to seize opportunities before others. This idea of adaptation ties in with the metaphor. Fortune is a woman, and if you want to dominate her, you must treat her with boldness. This phrase, while controversial in its terms, emphasizes the importance of courage in dealing with uncertainty. Avoiding risk may seem prudent, but it often leads to missing out on once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. For Machiavelli, managing relationships is a central element in building power. He emphasizes how fear is more effective than love in ensuring obedience. He also warns that a leader must avoid flattery, instead encouraging honesty among his followers. There is no better way to protect yourself from falsehood than to let others know that telling the truth does not offend. This advice applies not only to those who lead, but to anyone who wants to build authentic, lasting relationships. And then he invites us to reflect on the nature of human ambition. Men move from one ambition to another. First, they seek to protect themselves, then to attack. This observation shows how the desire for security can evolve into an impulse to dominate, a dynamic that is observed in personal relationships as well as in political and professional ones. Machiavelli's lessons are not simply rules for power, but mirrors that reflect the complexities of human nature. Understanding these dynamics allows you to face life's challenges with greater awareness and determination. And you, which lesson of Machiavelli do you think is most important in your life? Let me know. That's all for this video. See you next time.